Hey guys, Miss Torres here. I'm making you a little video kind of overview of what you're going to be working on Monday in design, and I think also for my G block on Wednesday. I just want to go over some things that you guys need to make sure that you're getting done because I want us to eventually get into filming as soon as we can, but we still have some additional things that we need to make sure we get to. So last week in design, we were working on our scripts, putting stuff in the ChatGPT, but then taking what it was spitting out to us and adjusting it for what we wanted our story to be. Once you guys have your script pretty much developed, what your next step is going to be is that you guys are going to have to storyboard it. And that's what I'm going to go over today on the different ways that you guys can choose how to storyboard, as well as just some fundamentals about storyboarding. It's really good to know some things. I'm gonna give you some different options for you to storyboard. Remember, you only have to create one, but because you're creating role one, it's good to divide and conquer how you're gonna do it, and as well, make it as detailed as possible because it's gonna be a map that's gonna keep you on track of what you need to film next and what you have for your film. It is a part of your rubric. You need to make sure that you do it, so you will be assessed on it alongside with your script. I will be back on Thursday, and on Thursday, I'll be able to answer more questions that you have, as well as letting you know just the final bits that you need to do before we get into filming starting next week, hopefully, but depending between our parent-teacher conferences before the holiday, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go through my storyboard, a little bit presentation of work, and then I will leave you be. If you guys have any questions, I'm in Vangan. I will have my phone with me and my computer, so I'm able to answer stuff, but you guys are pretty capable. Please be very kind to our guest teacher, and I will see you guys on Thursday. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on just some storyboarding essentials, which we might have gone over last year if you had me, but I still want to go over what's important and some things to keep in mind. So really quickly, just to review, a storyboard obviously is just a sequence of drawings, and it's they really help with directions and with dialogue, and they're used with any kind of production, from video games to music videos to a TV show to even sometimes like a YouTube, something that would put on YouTube if they're going to plan something. It all usually gets storyboarded out. The process is just really good for helping visualize the film's content, and it gives you an idea about what you need with your script, acting, all those kinds of needs. It really forces you to sit down and just map things out. Here, these are some really, popular films that you can see their original storyboards. Obviously, here we have Tangled. Here we have from Indiana Jones. And obviously we have Harry Potter. So you can just see the detail, the kinds of shots that there are, that they show movement, etc. It's all films really take a lot of time in doing this. And so it's just important that you guys make sure that you're not going to be skipping any time on this. This is just as important as you're filming, your editing, etc. Something that I do want to give some advice for y'all is what is a shot versus a scene? Because especially when you guys are doing your script, you'll notice that every time you have a new slug line, remember interior, Miss Torres's classroom day, that's the beginning of a scene. But when you're storyboarding out your shots, they're for a certain scene. So a scene is a part of a film between two cuts. So basically it's two different shots, okay? And some things to keep in mind is you don't want to make your shots last too long, just because the audience, you need to be able to give them as much information as possible. So changing your shots quickly, and also, depending on how fast you edit them together or cut or move your shots along, it actually can evoke a lot of, anxiety or getting your audience excited about what's coming next. And if it's longer, there needs to be something there where it's moving it along, either a conversation or something important visually that you want to show. This is a great scene where I used to make my students, I'm not going to make you guys do it, but if you want to watch it on your own, where Indiana Jones, very famous scene, he's taking the statue, and I would used to make my students clap every time that a shot was changing, and then you can see as the shot goes along, it gets faster and faster, the cuts, and then you see that goes along with the action. So just something to keep in mind. Then a scene basically is a series of shots combined to form a continuous block of storytelling. So The end of a scene is typically marked by a change in location or time. So if you change a location or time is happening, just know that that's your new scene, and you have to make sure you start like storyboarding all of it. Okay, anyways, so some other things that are really useful to look at is just how closely storyboards stay to the shots. The storyboards stay to the story here. So you can see the comparison here from the Monsters Inc., from what it's storyboarded at and then what it went to. And actually what's really interesting is you can see the number here. There's like 34,060 like individual shots, and it's something that people don't really think about, or how many they went through. Also, I put an example here from Taylor Swift's music video Willow, so you can see how they storyboarded the shots and how that went. So just showing this here. You can watch it on your own. I've shared this with you. When you're creating your storyboard, some things to keep in mind. Really clear, simple drawings. You should be able to hand your storyboard to anybody and they can understand what's going on or tell the story back to you. That's always a really good test that I do. Draw the camera shot as the still in the storyboard as your camera shot would see it, okay? That's really important. And think about any audio you want to include. That would include music and like background music and or sound effects, special effects, and just kind of any things that you want to note for that shot. Location, acting needs, etc. I've also shown you here, these are storyboard examples that my students have made throughout the years. You can see how they drew them, what the information that they put in there, and it just really helps in visualizing. So you can take a look through all of these, and these guys were all like middle schoolers, 6th graders did these. So I know you are capable as well of doing this. So you can kind of go through and take an idea and see how that goes. So just make sure to keep those shots clear. Now, I know some people don't really like to storyboard on, storyboarding with the pen and pencil is actually the best way to do it. Very clear. But I will share with you on Canva, you guys can actually make your own storyboards as well. So I put in the template that I have printed out for you guys to draw on. And what you guys can do is you can basically look up the things that you would need. For example, I have students that are filming something on an airplane and they need to have various shots of them in an airplane like cockpit or whatever. And let's say you don't want to draw it. So you can actually grab some graphics and put them in there. And this can help you out in maybe what you need to green screen, etc. I can then put in like a pilot. And you can just look up some graphics and that actually can help you out. You just gotta be mindful of what they would look like, etc. And as you drop them in, put this little person here. It's just a nice idea to see what you can have. So that's an idea. I had like this person there. Use what you can, be creative, but just know that this is something that you all need to do. So any questions, you can let me know. I'm happy to help. All right, take care.